Hey everyone, and welcome to the commentary for my dance video. Thanks real quick for everyone who watched it and liked it and all that good stuff. So you can see this is my very first attempt. This is also the first dance I recorded. You can see I tried to use a reflective flooring, which did not work out well at all, so I got rid of that. Right here, third from the left is Cecilia. You can see her timing is completely off. So what that means is I have to pause the game, cancel the animation on every single sim, and I'll explain that whole pose thing in a moment. Well, actually, I suppose I can explain it now. So I'm using the pose player and the animation player more or less together. You know how every time you perform an action, there's usually a delay before a sim will do the next thing that they're told. In order to make it so that they're all in sync, I use the pose player, set them all in default pose, and then when I cancel the pose player and start the animation, they generally all start at the same time, which worked a majority of the time I was recording. But you'll notice, as Cecilia showed you right there, that every now and then they still like to be a little bit out of sync. So right now I'm just... everyone... Oops. Right. Well, you didn't see it, but some of the people had their heads facing in the wrong directions, which I don't know why that happens. But I just cancel the pose, start all over again. And now I'm setting everyone to use the dance. You notice the game is still paused right now, because obviously I don't want anyone having a head start on me. And most of the rest of the video won't be quite this long or in-depth, but I wanted to show you a real-time example of how this all works. I don't know what's wrong with my throat this evening. Anyway, so now I'm set up to start recording again, and you can see that for the most part everyone is working correctly. I think this is actually the take that I used. See, it's a little bit laggy, which unfortunately I couldn't really do anything about. So right here, I've paused the game. The recording is still going, and this is all actual footage from when I did it. I actually still kept all this for the most part. So you can see I'm moving the camera, and then as soon as I get to a position where I think it's going to be good, I unpause the game, and they continue dancing. So that is how I switch between all the different camera angles that I use. And it's a little bit tricky because sometimes they start dancing in a different direction and they don't stay centered anymore, which is what happened in quite a few of my videos actually. So in some cases I actually went back and re-recorded it, but for the most part I just went with what I had. And so I'm just showing you how I moved along to each one. So I will be showing you the videos in the order in which I recorded them. This was the first one, Gangnam Style was the second one. Shadows was actually the third one, followed by the Disco, Bo Peep, and then the last one. So you can see I'm zooming out the camera as I'm recording, and that's how I get the slow zoom out shots in my videos. And here's another one I'm doing. I think this is this a left or right? Oh no, this is a group shot. So the rest of the videos won't be I think I mentioned this already, but I won't be showing you all of them. I'll just be jumping around. But for the very first one, I at least wanted you to see pretty much the entire process that I did. And done with that camera angle, and now moving on to the next one. And there I accidentally stuttered the camera. I think I accidentally pressed or moved my mouse up or down or something like that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. I could have re-recorded it, but it's just... I hope nobody would notice. It was game lag, I tell you. And yeah, I just keep playing around with various angles. Never really knowing what I'm going to get. One thing I did want to say, for all of these except for the disco video, I actually did not have music going on while I was doing it. Because I could have played it in like media player or something like that, but then every time I paused the game, it obviously would have gotten out of sync. And I did try doing it off the stereos in the game using the custom music, and it didn't actually work out that well. I'm not sure if it was the audio that lagged or the animation that lagged, but there was always like a 1 second gap that went missing. So that's why in the disco one things don't quite match up to the music, because I think I was trying to pause it every time I got to the end of a verse or something like that, and obviously it didn't quite work out that way, but thankfully it still came together pretty well in the end. You can see everyone's head sometimes, well not everyone's, but sometimes somebody's head will turn when I pause the game, which for the most part I just ignored. Also, one thing that you'll probably notice through the videos or even in the regular music video, when people are next to each other, for some reason they love to just look at each other. So there's constantly people at the start and end of the videos that are just turning their heads left and right constantly. Unfortunately, there wasn't really anything to do about that. I probably could have changed the position of them and spread them out more, but I figured that wouldn't work very well overall, so I just went with what I had. I think I did this all this recording in one take, but some of these angles I don't remember anymore. So, as I said in the comments and also in my original forum post, I did not design these animations. Sadly, I wish I did, but unfortunately I did not. But I got them off a website and combined with the animation player, came out pretty well. And I think I designed 4 out of 6 of the group's costumes. This one, everyone was already, well, for the most part, everyone was wearing the same thing. Karen on the far right, I changed her to that green dress. And everyone in the Gangnam Style video is wearing their formal wear. So that was pretty easy. But the rest of them, I think I customized them all. I think at this point the song is about to end, and I did not realize it was going to do so. So I think I ended up re-recording this part, actually. Oh yeah, everyone bowed, and I was not ready for that. So I was like, oh, great. Now I have to go re-record that part, because it ends really awkwardly otherwise. So I have to go through the fun of setting the poses all over again. And this is all real time, by the way. I did not speed up this. I didn't speed up any of this commentary stuff. I usually unpause the game just to make sure everyone is stuck in their poses and that they aren't delayed or anything like that. And now I'm starting out the animation. And then I go back and cancel the pose. And every single time I screw up. So I'm not really too worried at this point because I've already gotten so many other, or the first clip was so good. So I'm just kind of biding my time at this point, waiting until the very end because that's the only part for this particular video that I want to record again. And right now I'm desperately trying to center the camera, although there are also, as I found, points at the end of the song where they're not in the center position that they started in, so sometimes the camera is off center. Oh, they're dancing so carefree. I wish I was that happy when I was doing this, because not that I was upset, but there was just so many times that I had to re-record things that, and this video doesn't show. I know I spent quite a long time on the other parts. The Gangnam Style, trying to synchronize the timing stuff was pretty bad. But yeah, thank you to everyone who watched the video, and for all you ladies out there, you gotta got a nice shot of Darwin right there. And yep, I'm zooming out as I unpause the game, and I get the nice motion that I'm looking for. And oh, also, as soon as the dance ends, the animation's over. You can see they go back to their default standing pose, which is why I sometimes at the end of the videos I would cut them off awkwardly. Okay, so here's the Gangnam Style one. And this right here, like I said, I'm not going to show you everything, but this is how I took the individual close-ups of everyone. So I just pause the game, zoom in, I start zooming out again, and then I unpause the game. And I pause it again, move on to the next sim, and then when I go into editing, I just, as soon as one person stops moving, that's when I mark it to start cutting it, and then as soon as they start moving again, I cut out everything in between. Which for the most part was pretty simple, but there were a couple times when I zoomed too far and I couldn't tell when they actually stopped moving anymore. Otherwise it worked out for the most part. And I don't remember what I was trying to convey here. I think it's actually coming out. Maybe. The video itself here is a bunch of clips that I already put together ahead of time, and I'm just talking over it now. What was I doing here? Oh, yeah. This is another end where I didn't realize that the song was going to stop. So now I have to go and re-record that. And again. Canceling the poses, starting animation, stopping. And this is the zoom, or the close-up where I had Jeremy say the words Gangnam Style. So I just recorded that, and then I go ahead and put it all in together later. And I think, is this the end? Yeah, this is the end, so this is how I re-recorded the end part again. Trying to zoom out the camera so I get a good angle on everyone. Oops, and then I cut into the wall, so I had to zoom back in again. I think this one and the diner I cut into the wall twice, which is why the rooms that I'm using are so huge, because when I'm zooming in with the camera, I do not want that to happen. And yes, I have music from Sims 3 playing in the background so that it's not completely quiet otherwise. So I'm zooming out. I at some point unpaused the camera. Did I not? Actually, what part of the dance is this? Oh yeah, I was just trying to make sure that it was centered, and now I zoomed out. And then this is where it fades out in the video, because everyone immediately starts standing up again, so it looks kind of silly. Alright, this is the third song, and you can see, actually I just did this out of order, didn't I? This is actually the fifth one I recorded, but oh well. So yep, that was a left to right kind of shot that I just did there. And now I'm zooming out for the end of the song. So when I started this clip, you get a quick view of what the room sort of looked like. And now here is where I decided to start the whole pillow fight thing. And of course they didn't start it where I told them to, so I had to move the camera. You can see parts of the room again that were probably not noticeable before. The plants right there, because everything is being shot indoors, I guess the plants, because they're outdoors and silly, they become dark when it's night out, and I just didn't want to bother waiting until day every time I wanted to re-record. So this is where the pillow fight begins. And actually, this was a lot longer than I used in the video. And I think Tina actually gets, like, mean at one point, which kind of surprised me. And here I'm trying different camera angles. Yeah, she's like so angry. I don't know why. Oh, here's a shot that I did not use in the final video, but I had Meg relaxing on a bed at one point, or Morgan rather. Okay, this was the third video that I recorded. This is Shadows. By microphone might have cut out there. You can see right there a moment ago that Justin's face was really dark, so I did end up re-recording parts of this. But yep, this is the song Shadows, which is by Lindsay Sterling. If you like violin music, I definitely recommend her. Her stuff is all on YouTube, so. But yep, you can see right here that Justin's face is pretty dark and actually kind of creepy looking, so I did end up re-recording this part, and I think next I move on to Alton, who was not centered at all. He's centered right now, I believe. Was he? Or no, I thought he was going to move back, but he didn't. So now he's off to the side, and so I did end up re-recording that part as well. I think in a moment the camera switches to a later time. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, I started to do a side angle here, and then I saw that I accidentally placed one of those New York City things cut right into a bunch. So now I'm about to exit out, go into buy mode. I don't remember if I deleted those or moved them. Those white things right there, those are the invisible lightings that I use. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of them. But I use the invisible lighting to obviously give them more light since they're all indoors. And you can see the light, I can't remember which one it was, but because some of them are too close, that's why Justin's face got really dark at some certain points in the song. When they move into a weird position in relation to the light, their face just goes dark. As you can see there, I actually have a second floor, which I also put the star wallpaper on just because I knew that the fountain was so tall that I might end up getting a shot of that. Oh, I clipped into the wall again. And I accidentally did not extend the second floor wall out far enough. Also, on the left there's supposed to be a whole bunch of city things, but for some reason they're hidden. I think the wall wasn't over far enough or something like that. And then I couldn't find them for some reason, so I ended up... Oh, nope. So they came back on their own even. I don't know what that was going on. These are the things I had to deal with. And while I was out here, I just went ahead and I believe, yep, I extended the wall. So you can see right there, that's how big the rooms are that I use in order to accommodate the camera. Oh, those checker marks that were under people, that was the one more slot package. I mentioned that before, but it helps keep people in place. I can't remember what I was going to talk about here. Oh, yeah, the song ended again, and I was not expecting it. More awkward camera angles, so I had to. And right here I was taking a note of where Lauren was in position in relation to the center of the fountain. That way I knew where to center the camera when I re-recorded that part. And once again, doing the pose player. Okay, I didn't realize I had left it going for this long. Alright, yep, so this is a re-recording, and I was just waiting for the ending to show up again. And now I've got the camera off-center just a little bit, because I knew that Lauren was going to end just to the right of that line that goes through the center of the fountain right there. And that's shadows. And here is the disco video. I do actually have the music in this one, so you can hear how I was trying to do it when it was unpaused in between takes. And this is the middle of the video where I started swapping everyone's positions around. So just pick up one, move them, switch spots. And this mode, you'll notice the mouse is not being recorded. This is actually one of the reasons why right now. I'm not in camera mode, I'm actually in the normal mode, so that I would not have to worry about focusing or zooming in and zooming back out and potentially losing the position that I was in. Since I wanted this to be a smooth transition where you wouldn't really notice that I had swapped people out or how I did it. Unpause video, let's do some more dancing. Pause the video again. Go back, turn the interface back on. And start moving people around again. I should apologize to Nick right there. I didn't give him enough camera time. Not in the center, I mean. Well, I made up for it in the end, so I guess that works. And then I moved the light, and so I had to move it back to make sure the lighting doesn't change. And you can hear when the game starts up again that the music is, it kind of fades in, but I'm not sure if there was a delay or something, but things just didn't sync up well in the end, which is why this is the only video where I had music playing, and then I just winged it. For the most part on all of them, well, yeah, for all of them I would just record the animations and pray later that it would work together. Because I didn't have any audio cues, so I didn't know when things were starting and stopping, which is why I never knew when the end of the song was. So this is the last video that I did. And I don't remember why I recorded this part. Was this the end of the song again? Did I screw that up? Oh yeah, I think it was. Maybe not. Jeez. Oh. Yeah, so it was about to reach the end of the song, which I didn't realize. Also, Becca was, or all the girls were horribly off camera, and then I clipped into the wall right there. So that was pretty much a waste of a thing right there, and I had to re-record it. So now I'm re-recording the ending. And I do one of those left to right kind of panning things again. So I'm actually going to show you right here. I actually did have an ending. It actually does, they do dance a little bit longer. I just didn't use that in the video because I didn't think it was necessary. I was thinking I might eventually clip that into the middle of all the scenes, but I thought that would have interrupted it, so I didn't bother with that. Yep, so that was what the rest of that dance looked like. And this is how I had the girls waiting. So I just sat there waiting to see if they would do anything special. I also tried doing a zoomed camera shot, which I didn't end up using, but I thought it might look cool. But I was also limited because I think this segment here where they're just sitting around and the one at the end are only like 25 to 30 seconds long, so there wasn't really enough time for all that, for any fancy camera work. And she's just sitting there bopping to some imaginary music, I guess. I don't know why. And then I tried experimenting with a different camera angle. Since I already had one of Becca from the back, I didn't bother using this one of Laura. I used that front one, but not this one. And here is towards the end of the video when the guys have all shown up. The one with Daryl and Becca wasn't that interesting, but this one right here is how I did this boy who has no name. And Laura. So first I was moving him off to the side. I thought he would just walk in from the side. And then I had the fun idea of making him run past the window outside the building. So I picked him up and moved him. I think that was way too close, I was going to say. So I'm having him go to that spot. The game is still paused at this point. And now I unpause it, and there's only one entrance to the place, so he runs by, trying to get to it. Actually, it kind of lagged there. I think I shot this over. Actually, I didn't use this take anyway. Actually, I think that's why I didn't use the take. So here's another one. And originally I had him sit down. Yeah. So I told him to sit. I cancel the movement. Oh, and then I wanted him to talk to her as soon as he sat down. But like I said before, since I only had 25 seconds or so for all the girls, I was not able to put this part in. That drove me crazy how they keep dancing and they're... I didn't realize also when I did the chat command, they were only going to say like one line, and they weren't actually going to talk back to each other. They were just going to say one line, and that was it. And yeah, I didn't... This is when I was like, oh, wait, they're not going to talk anymore. So I sat there for like 7 seconds like an idiot, just waiting for them to have a conversation that was never going to happen. So now I'm just having them do fake dialogue so that I can actually have a clip of them talking to each other. And at some point Laura looks pissed, which I clipped out. Well, maybe not pissed, but I think it's the next one. Oh yeah, right there. She had like an angry expression on her face for a moment. Her eyebrows looked... Yeah. So I did not use those parts. And this is the part with Jinx. With Steven... No, Chris. And I was going to have him just do like a quick hello to her or something, but apparently I chose the worst animation to pick because it was not quick at all. Bright and Day. Yeah, I thought he would be really cheerful and talk to her and that it would make a really good clip, but it did not. Oh, and then I told them both to play foosball after he talked to her. And I got the order of events wrong, and so she starts playing foosball before he starts talking to her. So this clip was totally worthless. Poor Chris is just standing there. Like, what? So now I have to redo the scene all over again, make him run back over there. Actually, did I carry him? Yeah. So move him back all the way over there again. Oh, and now because I intentionally had those two talking in the background, now they've stopped already, so I have to do more fake dialogue. Because I didn't want them... I wanted you to know that they were all in the same place, but I didn't want them to be sitting there not doing anything at all in the background. And she's still playing that darn foosball. And then at some point she walked away from the table and I had to have her walk back. So this is the... I don't even know. This might have been like the second, third, or fourth take that I was doing this. Yeah. So I was like, I learned my lesson. I'm not going to have them play foosball until after the animation is over. And then he walked too far, which was just great. I thought, oh, maybe I can salvage it and just clip this part together. And then he like talks forever, and he doesn't actually look all that happy either. So I clipped that part out too. So I think I ended up moving him and having him do it all. Yep, this is another take. Did I even have them talk this time? Or did it, I think at this point I just decided it wasn't worth it. Oh, no, I did do another one. I think I was really excited that she got all happy right there, but I think something goes wrong. Which is why I didn't use this clip. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, okay, now I'm like, well, okay, you both talked. You should play foosball now. And I think I clicked on the left side of the table, hoping he would actually go to the left side of the table. He did not. Which, then she ends up moving away from the table. Then she finally comes back, and now he moves to the other side of the table. So this was another wasted take. So this was like... Oh, but I figured I could salvage what I had now. And I just skipped the whole walking in from the side. And I moved it to a different angle so you wouldn't notice that I had done it in a separate clip. And again, this part was too long anyway, so I ended up trimming out certain animations anyway. I don't remember if you actually see him walk in from the side at that point, or if he just, I think he just starts immediately playing foosball after he walks by her the first time. So this is Jen and Bradley. And I think I clipped most of this part out too, actually. This was way longer to begin with. Oh, and this is when I started out, and I'm like, oh, you know what would be really romantic? Is if I had him give her flowers. That'll just be beautiful. And she's like, no. I feel the same way, Brad. So I ended up spending like 3 minutes raising the relationship. Now we have Pepper here, and the other sim that I have not named yet. Actually, I think this might have been a sim oh no, I was going to say, I might have used a template from the exchange. Why did I pause for so long there? Oh, you notice she's looking to the side? That's because I had her watch TV, and then I moved the TV into another room, and her head automatically follows it, which is one of the weird photo animation tricks I learned in the game. Because I wanted to have her looking up at the clock. That was not conveyed well. I think I actually clipped all the parts where she was supposed to be looking up at the clock. And now I get to go through... Actually, no. I told him to talk to her, and then for some reason he decides to walk away. So again, like Jen, I have to go through the whole big thing of having them get to know each other. Oh, because yeah, I wanted them to hug and kiss, and yeah, that's what happened. For like 10 minutes, it took forever. Sadly, I deleted that clip, although it was just me randomly spamming interactions as fast as possible. And yep, so this is the end of the song right here. And I'm actually going to do a quick once-over of the entire day. Oh, actually, no. This take was no good because they had the hearts over their head, which is not a bad thing, but nobody else was on a date, so I thought that looked kind of awkward. So I had to end the date to make the hearts go away. And then I had to move them back to the door. And yeah, I'm just gonna do a... Oh, that's right. People stopped talking. I noticed that Becca and Daryl were just sitting there, not doing anything, which looked stupid. Oh, you can see in the top right my desperate attempt to get Pepper and that guy together, and I thought, oh, I'll give you a gift, and that did not work. Oh, and now I just noticed that I have to give the other people conversations. I don't remember if I gave any to Jen and Bradley at the end. But yeah, otherwise I'm just going to do a quick once-over of the music video and make some comments here and there. So now we're back to the beginning. Again, this was the second video I recorded. And it took forever to get... Because I was playing the music afterward, separately in Audacity, and trying to get the music to sync up with the word, or with his mouth move at the beginning there. It was actually a big pain. Some fancy footwork shots in there. There's Rhett and Adela and Tori and Ivy and Jeremy. I love Jen right here. And she's got that smile on her face when she says, hey. Oh yeah, so like I said before, they're in their formal order right now. There wasn't any real reason for that. Oh, sure, it says the line, starts dancing. But because this is the university group, I just thought, well, I'll throw them in a library. That's the only reason why. Doesn't really have anything to do with the song, but I thought it was appropriate otherwise. I didn't really know what venue to use for this. And unfortunately, Brad and Ivy kind of get cut off at the end there, because I had to fade it out before they went back to their default positions. This is the first song that I recorded. And from left to right, it's, what is it, Devin, Jason, Cecilia, Darwin, Sabrina, Warren, and Karen. And all of those sims will be going up on the exchange probably in the next week or so. I'm actually planning to do a pretty massive sim upload. I just have to get them all finished. So yeah, this is probably the least interesting video, and well, compared to the other ones that actually had story going on. But I think this one actually had some of the best camera angles. I'm not sure why. And there's where the camera stutters again. Oops. I guess there's not too much to say about this song. I just thought it was a fun song, though. I thought it was pretty good. Originally, I was going to have this video first, but I thought everyone would watch it and be like, oh, well, David's just showing off all his own sims. This is boring. But since it was one of the more boring videos, I just stuck it in second. So this is the 5th video that I recorded. And I'm not really sure. I just thought of like this whole fairy tale theme. Oh, by the way, the previous one was like just some ballroom theme. But anyway, this one, because it's called Bo Peep, I just thought something about sheep and dressing up and yeah. I don't even know what Little Bo Peep is about now that I think about it. Oh, also, the song obviously Gangnam Style and the very last one are Asian songs. No real reason for that. I do listen to a lot of Asian music, even though I don't really speak any of those languages. I did take Japanese in school, but anyway. I guess I was kind of hoping even that it would be easier to avoid copyright issues if I was using non-American music. I was about to burst into song right there. But yeah, I just threw in pretty much every toy or whatever decoration I could find. Oh, here's the amazing pillow fighting, which I don't even know where I got this idea from. I like how it synchronizes the music right there, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then she starts laughing. I don't know why I thought of a swing. Oh, you can see Wing Paladin's wing on the right there showing every now and then. Because I didn't move over far enough when I was trying to get out of the camera. Just random bears and animals all over the room. This part went on a little bit longer than I wanted to. But I didn't know. I was trying to fill the time or something. Her mouth sort of moves with the words, so I thought that would be acceptable. Actually, you can see the same bear on the back left over there. Oh yeah, I mentioned it before, the plants are all dark. It's kind of annoying, but at least you know what they are. And the mouths did not sync up at the end there at all, but I was so tired of doing this. It looked close enough that I did not care. This is the third video. This is Shadows, Lindsay Sterling. Again, if you like violin music, I definitely recommend checking her out. I think it's like Lindsay Stop or something like that on YouTube. But yeah, the original song, I don't remember what the title was, but they had the version that originally went with the animation was still censored, but it was blatantly obvious that they were trying to swear like crazy, like in the chorus, the lyrics, everything. So even the background singers. So I just did not go with that in the end. Oh, you can see Justin here does not have his glasses on. That was because when I went to, oh, and Alton's finally in the center. When I went to reshoot the video so that the lighting was better, I thought I was actually going to reshoot everything, but I did not. And so originally I had him with his glasses on because that was part of his default for his formal uniform. And then I did not end up reshooting everything. So that's the one scene where he doesn't have his glasses on. And then I suddenly thought, you know what would be really good for this video? Some breakdancing. So we got Steven right there doing some gravity-defying moves, as someone pointed out. I think it was Jen. And oh yeah, originally I had all the guys in white and all the girls in black. I thought that was kind of a nice reverse of roles. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Normally guys wear the black tuxedos, I think, so I decided to switch them up. And then for the break dancers, I switched it back to quote-unquote normal. Oh, the fountain right there is not working. I don't know why. I think it was something about the way I had the camera set. I think I either was not on the right floor or something along those lines. And I didn't notice until after I had done this. Oh, so I took the shot and previously had all four of them in it, and then I didn't give Jody any camera time, so I tried to give her some right there. I tried to make it as balanced as I possibly could, but what can you do? Like I said, I didn't have the music, so I didn't know any of the timing. And you can see Lauren's head just going back and forth like crazy right there. Actually, she was at the beginning of the song too. Disco. The original song for this did not have any words to it. I think it was something for Saturday Night Fever. Is that the right name of the movie? I never saw it. The one with John Travolta. Anyway. This is just really fun. I went all out on those decoration stuff. You can actually see the jukeboxes playing in the background. The disco ball I actually went to some third-party website that I had to register for, because I really wanted a disco ball for this, and I was fortunate enough to find one, and I fortunately also did not have to wait too long for the registration because it was all manual, I guess. I had to manually approve my request. So I got that. Doesn't rotate, doesn't spin or anything, but I'm still really happy with it. And here is where I started switching up all the Sims, one at a time, and then at the very end, just before I go to the next part, I switched them all. Just something fun. I was trying to figure out how to spice up this video. I love the crazy puzzle ceiling, by the way. And the floor is pretty crazy too, but everything just goes really well together. Oh, for the costumes for this, I actually had to look up on the internet what disco costumes would look like. I kind of knew, but like Adam's I knew for sure, but the other ones I did not know. Like the gold dresses and the jewelry everywhere, the high shoes, the go-go boots, the bright outfits, the patterns. Nick's outfit is pretty crazy. I think I changed Murphy's glasses to gold right there to match the rest of her jewelry and costume. That was just fun. I didn't really like the dress pattern I had on Anne-Marie, but it worked out well in the end. I just don't think it wasn't what I was looking for when I was looking at photos, so. And then I switched everyone's positions here. I don't know why, but for some reason everyone's in sync right now. And then suddenly you can see a little bit of lag, and now Nick is like way ahead of everyone else, and Adam for some reason isn't last. It's kind of funny. It doesn't look bad though. It looks kind of intentional. So I just kept that. And here we have the diner. Originally this was going to be divided into like a bedroom scene and that sounds dirty. Somebody waiting in their bedroom, somebody waiting in the park, and then people waiting in the diner. But I ended up just throwing everyone in the diner because it was just easier, and then I had a place to have them all dance to. And I don't know why. I guess it's just a song. I just thought it would fit really well if you had girls waiting around for the guys to show up. I don't know. But yeah, this one, the choreography works surprisingly well with the with the music, because this is another song. Like I mentioned before, Shadows, the disco song September, and this one were custom songs that were not built for the animation. But like right here, it just works really well with the movements and stuff, which I was not expecting, but I'm really glad that worked. Oh, I didn't mention it, darn. When you saw Jen before, waiting at the game table, there was actually a poster that clipped into the arcade machine, and I didn't realize it wasn't flush against the wall. You can go back and take a look at that. But yeah, I caught that afterward, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't remember if there's any other quirks that I forgot about. I think I got them all. It's just weird finding them all. And yeah, as you can see, I cut down quite a bit of stuff in these. She's so happy there. Oh, there he goes running by. I had a lot of fun with this one. I had originally envisioned like a whole diner thing. Actually, I was gonna go for a 50s look on all the girls, and I was just like, I'll go for something cute and relaxed instead. Actually, I think, are we gonna see that? Yeah, that poster on the left there, it was clipped into the half the video machine. And she accepted the rose this time, yay! Oh, she's sort of looking at the clock there. And then they hug, and then they kiss, which took me 10 minutes of sucking up to do. And yep, so this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.